I am primarily a woman, wife, and mother, and very much pride myself on this. I am a woman who is passionate, a wife who is dedicated, and a mother of 5 of the most incredible children who inspire me every day. These 3 areas of my life are the solid foundation of who I am and give me strength and encouragement to go beyond my comfort zone. Mrs. Globe is one of the most recognised names in international pageant in the pageant industry. Mrs. Globe produce creative and quality events that offer both the enjoyment of competition and personal growth for all participants. Operations have the highest level of integrity and professionalism, and an understanding that it cannot produce events or reach communities without the support of delegates, sponsors, staff, and directors. Mrs. Globe is committed to furthering the message of win, and through the crown can help others remember the beauty and power of a dream. Mrs. Globe is the largest international pageant for misses in the world. Mrs. Globe is both a celebration of beauty and culture, as well as the largest charitable event for the Win Foundation, a not-for-profit organisation or outreach that specialises in abuse and self-esteem recovery. Recognised by world figures and media, we are a celebration of family, culture and beauty. Initially, it was one of my children that suggested I enter the competition. With his encouragement, I learnt more about Mrs. Australia Globe and the charity it supports, which is Women in Need. And I thought it was a perfect alignment with some of my passions in life, and that is to help others and encourage women to be proud of who they are. Primarily it was the attraction of the charity, knowing I can give back, and now having all the children at school, I felt it was certainly my time to do this. Not quite. However, I made a very conscious choice from the beginning of the journey to ensure I stayed true to myself, not to compare or feel intimidated by others, enjoy and embrace every person I meet, and take every opportunity that would come my way. The entire time I've stepped out of my comfort zone, but for me to grow, learn and inspire, I needed to do this, and will continue to grow and learn from others. I hope to also inspire and encourage other women to do the same. You know, to learn your full potential is to continually be out of your comfort zone. Throughout the past 18 months, I've had many setbacks and disappointments. However, looking back, it all happened for a reason and certainly brought other opportunities. I don't take someone saying no personally. I accept and move positively forward and try not to lose sight of my goals. Setbacks only make you stronger in the end. In so many ways. I'm so much more confident in all that I do. I'm willing to be myself and not that of others. I have built incredible business relationships, aligned myself with very generous sponsors and supporters, and certainly have shown my children a side to me they've never witnessed before, and I'm very proud of this. It's an absolute honour to be Mrs. Globe, to represent women and the belief that we're all beautiful inside and out. The role means a lot to me, and I always ensure I can be the best representation I can. Whilst it is lovely to have a crown and sash, it means nothing unless I can be actively out there networking and raising awareness of what Mrs. Globe stands for, the charity WIN Foundation, and the importance of staying true to yourself and defining who you are through your passions in life. It is an expectation to grow and raise awareness for the fabulous work of the WIN Foundation. However, I would not be doing this because I have to. I do it because I want to. Yeah. The WIN Foundation is committed to the emotional health, personal self-esteem, empowerment, and promoting a healthy body image for all women. The foundation is committed to educating, inspiring, preventing, and empowering. WIN accomplished this by providing the highest recovery programs, conferences, training programs, and fundraisers. WIN has a vision to help bring back the passion in one's life. I have a very set routine most days, and that is to train each morning at 6 a.m. So I rise usually about 5:30 before the children awaken. Exercise is crucial in my daily life as it makes me feel fit, strengthens the mind, helps the heart, and it's my time to reflect on the past and plan my day. When I arrive home from training, I prepare the 5 children for school, breakfast, hair, teeth, sunscreen, making sure they have their lunches and their needs for the day, whether it's their speeches or news. I then take them to school. I attend my scheduled meetings for the day, or maybe I've got a photo shoot, so I go and do that. And by 2 o'clock, I'm thinking about going and collecting the children again from school. We get home, we have afternoon tea, homework. I do try and get around to each child individually and speak to them about their day and ask them the highlight of their day. Dinner, bath, bedtime for them. When they are settled, I will sit at the computer and respond to emails, update social media, and then my husband will generally arrive home and we'll also catch up for the day and discuss what's happening with the children for the week and what both our schedules are, so that we can try and sneak in some quality time together. We also schedule time by ourselves. We go away for 2 or 3 nights, generally every 2 months, and it seems to work very well for us because that time away is just him and I, and we're able to reconnect and talk about things that we generally can't talk about whilst the children are running around and we're very busy. So that always works really, really well. I'm often asked this question, and some days much easier than others. If it's all going to plan, it works really, really well. If something else is thrown into it, then it becomes a little challenging. Like if one of the children are not well and are required to stay home from school, or someone wants a meeting or photo shoot after school time, I certainly have to rejuggle everything and shift things around. But you just make it work. I'm very organized. I will usually the night before have the children's clothes out and be ready to go for the next day and make it as easy as possible for the children. My biggest motivation would have to be goal setting, and I set myself goals all the time, whether they're big or small. I love a challenge, whether it is in business or with my husband Andrew. Andrew and I can get very competitive with each other, so that sort of drives us both, I'd say. Yeah. Yes, snakes. I'm terrified. And being in Australia, there's a few. I also do not enjoy flying. No matter what remedies I take, nothing helps. My last flight was to Melbourne and my husband's hand was almost bruised from the pressure of me holding it so tight. Taking off and landing, oh my, I'm always glad to have touchdown. Definitely confidence and generosity. I'm attracted to people who encourage others, have focus, goals in life, and who love to smile. I would have to start with my mum, who is the most incredible woman in the world. She's taught me to always be respectful of other people's opinions, to be generous, and to proudly love who I am. My brother Ben, he gives me constructive criticism, which I love. I call upon him on a regular basis. My husband Andrew, he always tells me that I'm beautiful, that I'm a wonderful wife and mother, and no matter what I want to do in life, he will always support and encourage me, and he writes the most inspiring, heartfelt notes, which mean more than he realizes. It makes me feel incredibly special and fortunate to have him by my side. And of course, my 5 beyond amazing children. I cannot tell you the impact they have on my life, the absolute joy and love they bring me. Just talking about them makes me feel emotional. Not one is the same as the other, and they are individually unique. All of these people I have mentioned have a huge hand in the woman I am today. They are my everything. Some other inspirations of mine are Jindali Watkins, Australia's Queen of Etiquette, and my mentor now for over the past year and a half. She has taught me proper manners, catwalk, photo shoots, styling, and generally been a support through my journey to Mrs. Australia Globe and now to Mrs. Globe. I often follow what is going on in the world of finance, and in particular the past few years with the financial crisis and the reasons why. I enjoy the share market and will follow what is going on there. I also love all the girly things like having facials, having my hair done, buying lovely clothes. It is a focus to be happy on the inside, but it also helps the confidence to look your best on the outside as well. I cannot cook. I try, but I know deep down it's not a gift of mine. My children say to me, "Mum, this is the best dinner ever," but we are really full and we cannot eat any more. Having said this, I'm really good at making jam on toast because I spread it right to the edges, so they think that's pretty special. So I don't often have dinner parties. That would be an absolute disaster. We either meet friends out or I have to call on some help. In terms of preparation, it hasn't been something I'm panicking about with the finals only 8 weeks away. I feel I have balanced business alignments, photo shoots, raising awareness, public speaking. Throughout the entire year to this point, I have grown more since being crowned Mrs. Australia Globe, learnt certainly some important lessons, and feel from all of this, it has strengthened me even more. I'm ready. Again, like for preparations for Mrs. Australia Globe, I choose not to compare myself to anyone, to be myself, and hopefully the judges will be able to see me for who I am and the shining light inside me. I know that all women competing will have such inspirational or are such inspirational, incredible women, and would have gone to great lengths to help others, which is truly wonderful. I do have quite a few events to attend at the finals, and I'm so excited to meet very beautiful ladies from every country and learn more about their cultures. My gown is being designed by Liard Couture. Both Lillian and Diane are incredible designers, and their passion of art and flair for detail is instilled into every signature gown. It is an absolute privilege to be showcasing their talents. A lot. It would be a huge responsibility, and it will be a whole new level. I mean, this is a world crown. I feel, however, I have done a remarkable job in Australia and raised the profile dramatically of Mrs. Globe, Mrs. Australia Globe, and the Win Foundation. And I will continue the business relationships I have and build on this with their international following. I'm certainly not afraid to put myself out there to meet with people of all walks of life, share my passion, and hope to take a lot of people along with me. Building solid relationships and contacts is important, but just as important is sustaining the current relationships built. In the year 2013, it would very much be a focus to make available the Win Foundation's Right Living program to as many women as we can. I would like to have more international businesses supporting the great work of the foundation. The Right Living program is available in 8 countries at present. It certainly would be a joy to see women from a whole heap of other countries benefiting from the program via internet. I would love to also do some mentoring, whether it is for new delegates or women going through the right program that are taking up scholarships. It would also be very important to work closely with those involved with Mrs. Globe so that together we can continue building support. I know there would be a lot of my supporters watching and most have been there from the beginning. I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. This is not just about Karen G, it's about the people out there who have allowed and supported me to be where I am today. I solely cannot make a difference. Together we can. I love you all very much.